Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Sun is rising, feel the warmth on my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race.
Audio
I
Jungle.
sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. My name is Kimberly McLemore, and I am your host. With us, we have Shanail Monique of ShanailMonique.com.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Kimberly.
You're welcome. Welcome, Shanail. I am so glad that we are finally together and in person. I met you not too long ago, so I'm glad I have the opportunity to speak with you this evening.
Yes, I am super excited to be on your cast today. It was when you asked me, I was super excited to go ahead and get on with you and connect with you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Like I said again, could you just tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and just a little bit about what you've been up to?
Oh, wow. A little bit about me. It's that's kind of hard, because there's a lot that is ShanailMonique.com. But, well, first of all, I was born and raised in Raleigh, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I'm currently residing in Fredericksburg, Virginia now, and I was raised by a single mother. And when I was raised by a single mother, it saw me see the struggle in her working nonstop hours and not being able to be home. And so I started, a couple of different businesses, but my, ShanailMonique.com is one of my brands that I've been building. I do a lot of speaking, motivational speaking, emceeing, and I was diagnosed with lupus in 2012, given a 50-50 chance of living, but now my lupus is undetected through the fact of me using organic products from Total Life Change.
Wow.
And so and all 50 different medications, and I'm living a life that I dreamed of. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, well, we're going to definitely dive into this a little bit deeper, but I just want to backtrack a little bit. You talked about real briefly that you started your businesses because I believe it sounds like your mother really inspired you because of all the long hours that she worked and the things that she was trying to do as a single mother to help you out. Tell us a little bit about some of that inspiration that you got from her.
Well, the inspiration I got from her is my mom worked 2 jobs. She had 2 kids. I was the oldest. My brother is 6 years younger than me, and she was never able to spend any time with me. So we're always with family members, mostly time with my grandma. And so that just gave me the push that I wanted to, I don't want my mother to have to work the rest of her life. And I wanted to be able to enjoy, her life after 50, 60 years old. And my grandma was fully blind, so she was disabled. So it just inspired me to want to do better because, we didn't come from the family with a silver spoon in their mouth. We had, my family worked hard to get where they're at, and I wanted to, change our legacy and give my family that name that we should, we're supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, that's very inspiring, and I'm sure she's very proud of you, of everything that you've accomplished, knowing that she was a part of the inspiration of where you're at today. I think that's important that we look at and give, that that congratulations or that applause in the background, because a lot of people don't sit back, and especially as us kids, we don't always think about when we're younger about what it is our parents are doing. But then when you start to really see and get a little older, you realize that, you know what, this is not how I want to see myself. But at the same token, I also want to make sure that my mother or my father, you know, that I can help them, give them more of what they deserve for everything that they've done in return. So I applaud you for that. The other question I want to ask you, you talked real quickly about your businesses. You have like a holding company aspect, and then you have all these other businesses beneath that holding company. Can you give a little bit more about your business and how you decided to set it up that way, and what made you go in that direction? And then, of course, then we can get into a little bit more about the businesses itself.
Okay, well, ShanelMonique.com is basically my brand. That's me. And the reason why I decided to, go into setting different entities under me is because I am who I am, first of all, before foremost of anybody. And any kind of business that I partner with, I'm going to still be me after those businesses have long gone. I've seen that we've had different companies come around and then they don't stand that long. And so I know that I'm building a brand off of who I am. I'm going to not give up. I can trust me. So me, just knowing that I can trust me to continue to, not instead be steadfast, unshakable, unmovable. I wanted to build those businesses up under me because I know I'm there to stay. I'm not going nowhere, regardless of what them businesses do.
Yeah. I like that aspect of what you just said. I mean, you're right. When we look at how we're branding our business, a lot of people focus on the branding as just being a logo or a statement. And the reality is you are the brand of your company. And I agree with you 100% on that, because I think a lot of times as we're new business owners, we struggle with that aspect. We're so focused on the product or the service that we're providing, they forget about just something as basic as good customer service is really truly the branding of your company and who you are as an individual. So I love the way that you pull that together. So like I say, tell me a little bit about the particular companies that you do have with your branding.
First and foremost, I have me being a motivational speaker because I've endured a whole lot through my life. So I've wanted to motivate people. I didn't have people motivating me. I had to, seek something higher power than me to be able to motivate me. And I didn't have any good examples in my, in the project. So I had to be that example. And so now that I've found that place in my life, I want to be able to give it back to others that don't have it. So that's when it comes to the motivational speaking, where I do a lot of events and emceeing different events, galas and things like that, because I can relate to what a woman has went through in her life, every part of it. But that's one business, is the motivational speaking. The second one that I have is the coaching and the mentoring and Christian counseling that I'm going into now. Is basically because basically a lot of us need help, a lot of us need guidance. But we're connected to the wrong source. And so if you get connected to the right source, then you'll see your life prosper. So that's where my coaching and mentoring come in. And then I have the Total Life Changes, which is basically a business that does organic products for your body. It gives you that health that you need to be able to perform at the maximum level. And that's what part of why my lupus is now undetected, because of the Total Life Changes products, detox and cleansing, staying on all natural path, a healthy path. Keeping my body well so I can be able to run all of my businesses. And sometimes I get a little a little overwhelmed, but it helps me. Yeah, because it's so many going on. But that's just a couple different things and then I have my celebrity style hair, which I do human extensions for women of our color, because I've researched a lot of things that have been outsourced to different people, and then I see that they're making it's a $2 billion industry. So why not tap into that industry? So right. I try to tap into things that affect my community, that I can go back and give to the people, the girl just like me, someone just like me that grew up without guidance, without help, without money, and try to bring that back to them so that they don't have to do the same things I did to get those things that was a privilege.
Okay, well, I can testify that you are absolutely doing a wonderful job. When I met you, at a speaking engagement, and I was just truly impressed. Your energy and the love that comes from you, from the inside out, you can see it and you can feel it. So you're absolutely in the right business, but I wouldn't even look at it as just a business, but that the opportunity of helping other women or helping other people, period, see themselves for who they are and helping them get through the struggles. That alone is a testimony that I'm sure that we all have gone through and not have that support like you're talking about. So having somebody like you around is absolutely a must and is needed because people definitely are looking for guidance. And, like you said, people are looking at it in the wrong ways and handling it in the wrong areas. So we're blessed to have you. Truly blessed to
thank
have
you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Like I said, I got a chance to see you, so I was very impressed. Very impressed.
Well, thank you. I try to bring something different every event, but when I connected with Renee, and I know she's been on your show too as well, yes. It was like we understood each other. The love was mutual. It wasn't like most women that talk about going out here doing it. She actually is doing it,
Right.
Most of them, and she don't have a motive behind what she's doing. It's to help other women not go through the struggle of what she went through or what she, what she's been through. And so that when we connected, it's been like, it's so passionate for us. And I just got off the phone with her an hour ago. It's so passionate for us about this, just helping other women go through the depression, through the, the hurt, the pain, through the abuse, through the sickness and diseases, through all of that. It's the main goal is to lift one another up. And that's what our mission is, to lift each other up.
Well, it's absolutely being done. And like I said, Shanail is, she's awesome. And I really just enjoyed having the opportunity to meet her as well and doing her interview. Renee is great. And I'm hoping to connect with you guys again soon because we've definitely been talking about trying to get you guys up here to the Alexandria, Virginia area here. So we're working on that. But to get back to you, tell me a little bit more about some of the challenges to have that many entities underneath you running your business. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh,
I'm sure you could talk about this for a long time.
I'm telling you, it's like, okay, so just having the entities under me, no one sees your vision like you see your vision. No one, some people don't have that big dream, that big vision. They look at it and see it's too big. You will never accomplish it. And so, not having that people that see what what I'm trying to do is like, ooh, they thinking I'm spreading myself too thin, but it's just not enough because my daughter is 18. I don't have any other kids. Mm-hmm. And it's just me by myself. I don't have a significant other. So all I do is just put myself in my work, and that's my life is my work, and trying to make it so that I don't go back to the struggle. Because when you come from the struggle, you never want to go back to it. That be your motivation. Mm-hmm. And so it's just that people seeing my vision, seeing what I'm trying to do, and it's above the money, it's above all of the fame and everything else. It's my goal is to make sure that the women don't suffer like I suffered and what I've been through and the hurt and the pain, and that they have someone that they can see and say, look, she made it, I can make it too. Right. And it's bigger than the money. Money can't get you out of the hurt and the pain. You can have all the money in the world, but still suffer depression and still suffer, want people not rejection, not people not wanting you, but it's to make sure that I can reach those women, that are going through that so that they don't go into that, backward spiral.
Right. And I love what you said about the money aspect. I think a lot of times people when we all start out in a business, the first thing you think about, oh, I can make my own money, I can do this, I can do better than the next person. But it truly has to be something that's about passion, and your passion is truly helping other women know who they are, realize that they don't have to go through the things that they're going through, and that there's definitely somebody there to support them. So I like what you just said about that, and that it makes people have a clear understanding that when you're in business, it's not always just about the money. Because like I said, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Very many people who are very miserable, even though they have all the money in the world, and they can see that money is not helping them get any further mentally. It just, all it does is it creates the environment that you can live in, because we all know we have to have money to survive. It is what it is. But but at the end of the day, there's so much. It's so much deeper than that. And what you just said, it registers with me, and I definitely think it's going to register with the listeners as well, because there's so many people out there going through the same battle day in and day out. Mm-hmm. But go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, and I was just going to say that, because and that's what most people look and think, that that'll make them happy, and you can have everything in the world, but if you don't know who you are, what your passion is, you'll never be happy, and that's just, I've learned that myself from situation through situation. And yeah, we need money to survive, but we can have everything in the world, everything going right in our life, but if we don't have any self-worth or know who we are, we're still lost.
Exactly. And then you have the same situation where, people look at you today and they don't understand. They really don't know your story. And I always tell people when they're looking at you and they think everything is fine, or is this attitude, or they see something they don't like, but they don't understand. Like I tell people when they're saying something negative, I said, you don't know their story. You don't understand what that person has truly been through. So for you to be so, ridiculous, or to be pointing a finger at them and saying something
judgmental.
Right. You get it really frustrates me sometimes, because, I think about that when I, see somebody talk about somebody else, or, like I said, they just say things that just rub me the wrong way, and it's because they don't understand that every person has a story. No matter whether we agree with it or not, people are going through things in their life, and they need more support than they need to be judged. So and that's what I've been through with Kimberly. I've been through the judging part, because no one knows that the struggle that I went through with the lupus, and given a 50-50 chance and almost dying, and why I stayed, I kept myself up in the hospital, even though I was on, oxygen, I had tubes, I had IVs, I kept myself looking good, because if I looked in the mirror and seen that I looked good, I felt good. I tried to, and that's what helped me fight and keep myself together, is knowing that, okay, if you keep yourself together, Shanail, you're going to make it out of this. But as soon as you start letting yourself go, it's going to defeat you. Absolutely.
And so, and that confidence is what helps me get through the battles that I go through, no matter if it's, life battles with my child, life battles with lupus, or any other things that come my way, or life battles with, people in this world that don't understand what I've been through, and why I can walk confident, why I can talk about, this is going on, and be confident that I'm going to make it out. It's just they don't understand the confidence, and how the struggle has cost me to have that confidence, because if I made it through this, I can make it through it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all know, that struggle that you've been through, and the things that that help you get through that. That's what I actually believe that it's with God's help, and we all take ourselves off of a certain path. And when we can get back on that path, we all know why we're being successful. And that's because God is with us every day. I believe that 100%. That you can't make it without him. So
okay, you can't do anything without him.
Absolutely. So I want to talk a little bit about success. I mean, I'm sure you could probably name a lot of things that you feel have been successful for you, but give me one thing that you feel that you would like to share with the listeners about what would be your greatest experience about being a success.
My greatest experience about being a success is never giving up. No matter how many times I fail, no matter how many mistakes that I've made, I never give up. I'm relentless. They know that, no matter, I may be down one day, sick, not feeling good, but the next day I'm popping back up and I'm coming full force. And so I just share with the listeners, just don't never give up. Never stop trying to get to, succeed and be, see your dreams come to fruition. Stop, never stop.
Right. And that's great advice, because I always look at the successes and failures as being the same, because you never know. A failure to me is not a negative thing. And if you don't try, you will never know what you consider a failure. It's just about learning from those mistakes and, like you said, getting back up and continuing to move forward. And you've definitely proven to those who've probably, whatever they said in the background, you're still here. And that's what's important. And that's what everybody needs to understand, whether you're going into business or just everyday life. It's truly about, you're going to have your falls, but you got to get back up and keep it moving.
Yes, you got to keep it moving.
Absolutely. So a big part of, like we talked about, what you do is you inspire the women and you help other women. What I wanted to find out is that if you had a resource or something you want to share with them, whether they were coming in business or something outside of business, what would you tell another woman if they were standing in front of you today about, like I said, becoming a business or just sharing some other item that you'd like to talk to them about? What would that be?
Well, basically, when I talk to people about starting a business, is if they say they want to start a business, I encourage them, and then don't listen to the naysayers. That's the last thing that you want to do, is listen to your family and friends that are telling you, don't do it, you're not going to make it. And then I tell them to get around people that are already where they want to be. So you got to start hanging about people that have the same vision, that have the same goals as you. And I would tell them also to read, become a student. Become a student is the most important thing, because you can never stop learning. You can never stop, getting advice from others. No matter, I can tell you that the most advices I got was from homeless people. That was
really?
They gave me the most perfect advice ever, because they know failure. They know that this is what you don't want to do to get where I'm at. And so their advice stuck with me, just being around, homeless people that have been on drugs. They have gave me the most hustle, told me this is the hustle. This is what you need to do to hustle to this next level. Don't ever look at a person because they're beneath you and think that they can never teach you anything. Right.
That is absolutely true. Because when you look at most people who are homeless or have been through something, they haven't always been homeless. So, there's another example of not understanding people's story or knowing their story. But like you said, they can absolutely give you some good advice. And I don't think we'll ever understand, for those who continue to be put into that situation, why they're still there. But for them to be able to say to the next person that, hey, this is not where you want to be, I think that's phenomenal. And that's a really great connection to have. So I think that would be great advice to give to anybody, to understand that, hey, just keep it moving, and things are going to get better. But you have to stay on your grind, and you got to stay on your hustle. That's important.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the thing is, with them, just staying grounded. It keeps you humble. Always be humble. It's like visiting where you don't want to go, or where you've been and where your family has been. It keeps you humble and grounded, so you never get above yourself. And so that's the most important part of business, is staying humble. Never think you're almighty.
Exactly. And I absolutely believe that, because a big part of being in business is that, sharing your resources, realizing that you don't have all the answers, and that is truly a part of being humble. So I like what you do, and definitely, like I said, applaud you for everything that you've gone through and what you're continuing to do to move forward on. I definitely keep my eye on you. I think you're fantastic. So I love all your posts and everything on Facebook. So I'm watching. So.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I love yours as well. I love what you're doing as well. And I want you to continue doing it. And I'm always here to help any way I can.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So in the process of that, how can the listeners get a hold of you?
Well, my Facebook page is Shanail, SHANAIL Then I have Shanail, SHANAILMONICK.com. And I'm on Instagram as Shanail1. And basically my number here in Fredericksburg, Virginia, 919-896-5762. I'm always looking for, different opportunities to speak at different events, MC, and just, spread my wings and explore and enjoy it.
Well, like I said, they would definitely enjoy hearing you speak. So for those who are out there listening and they're looking for speakers, please reach out to her, to Shanail, and also for any other adventures that you may be interested in, because I believe that she can absolutely get you to where you want to be or need to be. So on that note, I have one more question to ask you. If you have anything else that you would like to say to the last words to the guests and to our, to our listeners, you have anything you want to say?
I just want to tell everyone that out there listening, continue to follow your dreams and continue to dream big, expand your territories. Don't stop, thinking that you can't get to where you're trying to go. It's just that you got to expand your type of thinking to the next level that you're trying to go and let off of some of the dead weight. And I'm going to tell you, the sky's the limit.
That's right. Absolutely. Dare to be fearless is my thing. So, so again, I would like to thank you for coming on tonight and sharing your story. I really appreciate your taking time out because I know you're busy. And to everybody else, good night. I'm here every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. You can find me at WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com. You can also find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening.
It's